The James Webb Space Telescope has turned its powerful gaze away from the deep universe and peered towards our solar system, capturing an incredible image of a ghostly Neptune and its elusive, dusty rings in detail not seen for decades. Webb recently revealed Jupiter at its best in a series of fresh photos, and now it has set its sights on the last major planet in the solar system. Neptune has fascinated researchers since its discovery in 1846, yet the only spacecraft to have ever visited the distant planet was NASA's Voyager 2 during a flyby in 1989. One of the reasons the ice giant has not been visited since is because of how far away it is. Neptune is located 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth, lurking in the remote dark region of the outer solar system. At that extreme distance, the Sun is so small and faint that high noon on Neptune is similar to a dim twilight on Earth. In fact, it takes sunlight over 4 hours to reach Neptune, whereas it takes just over 8 minutes to reach Earth. The Hubble Space Telescope has captured many incredible images of Neptune over the years, revealing signs of the planet's atmosphere and sometimes even its mysterious moons. However, this latest image from Webb reveals much more because the powerful telescope observes in the infrared spectrum, a type of light that is invisible to our eyes. In the visible spectrum, Neptune appears as a blue orb in front of a black background. But when we look at it in infrared, many more incredible features come into view. So what can we see in Webb's latest image of the ice giant Neptune? You will have noticed that Neptune doesn't appear to be blue like it is when seen in images from Hubble, for example. This is because the methane gas in its atmosphere strongly absorbs red and infrared light, making Neptune appear much darker in Webb's image. However, we can see high-altitude methane ice clouds in the form of bright streaks and spots. This is because the high-altitude clouds reflect the sunlight before it is absorbed by the methane gas. Because of Neptune's tilt and long 164-year journey around the Sun, its north pole at the top of the planet is just out of view. But if you look closely, you can see that it is much brighter, indicating something intriguing is occurring in this region. More subtly, a thin line of brightness circling the planet's equator could be a visual signature of global atmospheric circulation that powers Neptune's strong winds and storms. When Voyager 2 passed Neptune, it discovered a highly active atmosphere, with wind speeds far exceeding 680 miles per hour, which is about 1,100 kilometers an hour, the fastest winds ever detected in the solar system. Most striking about Webb's new image is the crisp view of the planet's dynamic rings, some of which haven't been seen at all, let alone with this clarity since Voyager 2 passed by all those years ago. When we think of Neptune, bright rings circling the planet don't come to mind. Normally, Neptune's rings are difficult to see because they are dark and vary in density and size. But in this stunning image, we can see them in all their glory. They are made up of dust and rocks and may have formed relatively recently when one of Neptune's moons was destroyed. We can, however, still see many of Neptune's existing moons, and Webb captured 7 of the 14 known to orbit the ice giant. These are Galatea, Naiad, Thalassa, Despina, Proteus, Larissa, plus one more that might not be quite as obvious. Looming over Neptune, a bright, spiky star can be seen. But this isn't a star, this is Triton, Neptune's largest and strangest moon. Like Neptune, the only close-up images of Triton came from Voyager 2 as it swung past in 1989. The flyby revealed a geologically young surface, active geysers spewing icy material out from its frozen crust, and a vast south polar cap with a pinkish hue. Covered in nitrogen frost and tholins, which are dark organic compounds, Triton is one of the coldest places ever to be visited. At first glance, Triton may seem like a fairly regular large moon orbiting a distant giant planet. However, this is not the case. This strange world is anything but normal. The large moons of the solar system, such as Earth's moon, and all the major moons of Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus orbit roughly the same plane as their planet, and they orbit in the same direction as their planet rotates, which is counterclockwise if you're looking from above. But Triton does not follow any of these properties. Instead, the bizarre world orbits in the opposite direction to Neptune's rotation and follows a highly inclined 157-degree path relative to Neptune's equator. This unusual orbit, which is called a retrograde orbit, suggests that Triton had a very different history compared to the regular large moons of the solar system, causing scientists to wonder whether Triton was instead plucked from another region of space, possibly the Kuiper Belt, as it shares a lot of similarities with dwarf planets such as Pluto. The reason Triton looks so bright in Webb's image is because the unusual moon is covered with a frozen sheen of condensed nitrogen, which reflects 70% of the sunlight that hits it. It far outshines Neptune in this image because the planet's atmosphere is darkened by methane absorption at these near-infrared wavelengths. Behind Neptune and its moons, just like in other incredible James Webb Space Telescope images, a smattering of hundreds of galaxies can also be seen, many of which have likely never been observed before. The one that stands out the most, however, sits towards the bottom left of this image, a barred spiral galaxy. Scientists say this particular galaxy, previously unexplored in detail, may be about 1 billion light-years away and is dominated by young stars. This latest image from Webb is just the first of many when it comes to observing our solar system. The telescope will continue observing both Neptune and Triton in the coming years. Yet, with its first look, Webb has revealed things that could only be seen in this much clarity and detail by actually visiting the distant planet. Once again, showcasing Webb's powerful gaze on a universe that is full of mystery.